is an abundance of counterfeit Archie and Lili. Meghan and Harry are feeling fear. Hello, with all the regal splendor, we warmly welcome you to the Princess Diana News channel. Now, let's get to the video. A knowledgeable individual in royalty affairs has remarked that King Charles prioritizes the well-being of both the public and the monarchy by choosing not to engage in the ongoing spectacle surrounding Meghan and Harry. It is truly disgraceful for both the public and the monarchy to witness this individual's wavering stance on the matter, accompanied by the relentless allegations of racism and injustice put forward by Meghan and Harry. Furthermore, there are additional fabrications, insinuations, and derogatory behavior exhibited by Meghan. The royal family's official website showcases various images of Meghan, including ones where she is elegantly dressed in red and purple attire, proudly displaying her pregnancy bump. Additionally, the site features a video capturing her visit to the Mayhew Animal Charity. Just as she was about to get up, there was a sudden interruption, a bump followed by a noticeable popping sound, causing her to immediately reach for the source. It is high time we cease our condescending remarks towards our intellect. We possess a certain level of intelligence. In essence, they are merely prolonging the inevitable. If the invisible children were not next in line for succession, then it wouldn't pose a concern. If William's family were to unexpectedly perish, we would find ourselves in significant jeopardy. I am aware that contemplating this idea may not be desirable, but it is theoretically feasible. In the end, we have finally moved past this global health crisis. To put it differently, it's impossible to predict the future, and from my perspective, they are in a strong position for attaining the throne. Additionally, it is important to note that commercial surrogacy is prohibited in Britain, meaning that the same rules and regulations apply to them, without any exceptions. I believe the main concern lies in the larger issue, and additionally, we have to consider the impact of Bryn Gringas and Stacey Schroeder-Clark. Why haven't these media-working mothers raised their voices regarding the use of their children's photos being falsely claimed as Archie and Lilibet? I wonder how those children will experience their future, grappling with the awareness that they were manipulated to play the roles of potential successors to the British throne. It's bound to have a detrimental impact on their lives. In the movie industry, the credits acknowledge the stunt double's significant contribution. Currently, these children have no influence or control over the matter. This statement is incorrect. Both women were not married at the time they had their children. Will they be forever burdened by the uncertainty of paternity? This situation necessitates a prompt and thorough explanation. We are not unintelligent individuals. We have enough, we don't require anything beyond that. The children depicted in the pictures were not Meghan's. Why hasn't she taken legal action against anyone who claims that the children are born through surrogacy? I'm sure you're aware of their propensity for legal action. The lack of attention given to this minor issue reveals significant information. Meghan's accomplishments have been extensive, and she has managed to avoid the consequences of her actions. It is high time for her to be held responsible for all the unlawful actions she has committed. What troubles me the most about this entire situation is not even the mere fact that they employed surrogates. Meghan had great potential to make significant contributions in the field of surrogacy. The conversation would have been exposed to a considerable number of people. I can envision a captivating Netflix series centered around the concept of surrogacy. Her actions mainly consisted of deceiving and manipulating others, with the ultimate goal of gaining worldwide attention and praise for her pregnancy. Meghan couldn't resist fully embracing the experience of being pregnant, which is why she proudly showed off her moon bump. If Meghan had noticed the inconsistencies surrounding her baby bump, it would have been wiser for her to consider a miscarriage. Subsequently, within a short span, an announcement could have been made stating regrettably, due to medical circumstances, she was unable to conceive. If this event had occurred, the current chaotic situation would not exist. I am uncertain about King Charles's involvement, but it is disheartening to consider the possibility that he might be intentionally deceiving the public regarding the eligibility of Meghan and Harry's children for the throne succession, assuming they exist. Basically, according to the law, it is required for children to be physically born, but there is no proof to support this claim. He can avoid getting involved in this public quarrel. He has the option to release a carefully crafted statement, with assistance from his knowledgeable advisors, clarifying the facts and asserting that the royal family did not engage in this fraudulent scheme. Before allowing that argument to be made, he must put an end to it. In essence, he should have taken immediate action upon the demise of the Queen. I think it's not ideal to wait for something like this. Another alternative could be for them to strongly advocate for DNA testing. Do you think Harry and Meghan would grant permission for DNA samples to be obtained from themselves and the invisible kids? I highly doubt that. The children are rarely visible to anyone. The children have not been included in the latest flight's passenger list, and there has been no credible presence of anyone near or inside their house who could confirm their whereabouts. Therefore, the only option for the royal family is to trust and rely on their word regarding the authenticity of the children. If you ponder the situation, there isn't much else they can do apart from possibly turning up and making an announcement in Montecito. However, I believe that wouldn't be well received. The most sensible course of action for the royal family would be to issue a statement clarifying the use of a surrogate, either confirming or refuting it. Afterward, there is no further need for them to articulate anything. However, since the children who are not easily visible hold spots in the order of priority, it becomes necessary to address this matter in some manner. If, at some point, it is revealed that they are not genuine or were born via a surrogate, and the king was aware of this, it will have negative consequences for the monarchy. I couldn't care less if they were conceived through a surrogate, just to clarify. However, it is crucial to now sincerely and openly communicate with the public. If it is indeed true that a surrogate was utilized, then the children should be excluded from the line of inheritance. It is unjust to grant Harry and Meghan the freedom to disregard regulations at will. I comprehend the challenging predicament in which the palace finds itself. If they chose to disregard the pregnancy and baby announcement, they would be accused of being discriminatory. If Archie's presence on the website and in the line of succession were omitted, it could undoubtedly be perceived as an act of racism. By not allowing Meghan and Harry to divulge their surrogacy plans at the outset, they deprived them of their exclusive opportunity. In the event of such action, I believe they would have received considerable empathy from individuals due to the widespread use of this procedure. I have no doubt that MI5 had knowledge of their activities. I find it hard to believe that the palace was unaware. My hypothesis is that the actions of Meghan and Harry were incredibly unusual and absurd, which caught the palace aides, who are typically methodical, deliberate, and bound by protocol, completely off guard. I'm certain that the palace aides were constantly perplexed by their increasingly absurd actions. This clearly indicates the extensive tolerance the palace had for Harry's misbehavior throughout the years, highlighting its enduring stability. Eventually, they successfully developed an alternate storyline to restore Harry's reputation, involving Cintabali and Invictus, among other factors. However, they were unable to quickly generate alternative, positive depictions of Harry as a Nazi, Harry playing poker naked, or Harry as a sadistic polo player. The efficient functioning of the palace required diligent consideration, considerable time, and concerted effort from its handlers. Carefully and deliberately, and after taking the time to carefully consider it, however, the Meghan and Harry spectacle was akin to a disastrous train collision, leaving everyone bewildered and unsure how to react. They were fully aware of its impending arrival, completely captivated as they observed every moment, and witnessed its approach in a mesmerizing slow motion. And at the moment of occurrence, their entire panorama was drastically altered, rendering it unfamiliar and wreaking havoc on numerous valuable belongings. So, what course of action do they need to take at this point? They will have to devise a clever storyline to justify their lack of action, along with a resolution that will appease both the citizens of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. The presence of individuals without proper documentation within the line of succession raises concerns about the monarchy's ability to garner respect and support from the public. If the children without a respectable background were excluded from the line of succession, then this problem would not arise. They must be experiencing fatigue at this point. They are putting in extra effort to neutralize the negative effects caused by Harry and Meghan. I fail to comprehend the long-term viability of their current situation. The monarch has a clear responsibility to rectify this chaos promptly, in consideration of his successor. William possesses several ambitious and worthwhile endeavors, befitting a future monarch. Therefore, it is unjust for him to be burdened with concerns related to the Harkle situation. Hopefully, we can fervently pray and trust that the king will swiftly discover an effective resolution. That's it for the video. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and share with those interested. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for joining us, have a great day, and stay tuned for upcoming videos.